Hello everybody and welcome back to another Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport update, the 8th update I believe. Not really too much has changed here, that's why there has not been one in a while, but I wanted to include this one because there's a little bit of a scheduling change here on this date, which is June 11th. All these flights are on Saturday, June 11th at 10:45 p.m. That's why this is a night update, as you can see. I'm using my phone light to light this up, so that's why it appears darker than usual. The lighting's a little bit interesting, but that's just because I needed the phone light to light it up a little bit more. But this is a night update. It's a little bit of a scheduling difference here, so that's why I'm doing this update. I also have not done a Kalamazoo update in a long time, so good to finally get back here at Kalamazoo. And we'll start here with this Delta Connection CRJ-200. This is operated by Endeavor Air. And Delta normally flies their latest flight in from Detroit at around like 11:30ish. But this one actually came in at around scheduled. None of these flights have actually happened yet, I should say. These are all based on the scheduled times. So this one's scheduled to arrive at around 10:27. So about an hour earlier than normally is, than what I've seen in the past here on Flight Radar. So I don't know if that's just a thing that they do on Saturdays, but I wanted to include that here because you can mix up the aircraft a little bit in their positioning. So currently we have the Delta Connection CRJ-200 just parked at the gate, getting the bags unloaded. This one just pulled in after it arrived in on its flight in from Detroit. And it will of course be staying overnight, and it will be heading out to Detroit at a scheduled departure time of 5:30 a.m. But Flight Radar is currently showing a delay of 41 minutes, so the estimated departure is 6:11 a.m., so I don't know what that's all about, but it's currently showing a delay for this one. But good to see Delta continuing strong here. 3 flights daily every day here to Detroit, so cool to see the Delta back here once again on the CRJ-200, of course. We're not going to get that big aircraft, but we have seen CRJ-900 and the CRJ-700 on a few occasions, so I'm going to see that flying again, but just CRJ-200 here. This, of course, operated by Endeavor Air, and we still have one more aircraft to hit on in this one, and we'll get to that in a moment. And normally American Airlines here in these Kalamazoo updates is the boring airline because they always fly in the E-145, no exception here. But I normally just have them parked at the gate in every update because there's nothing really interesting that they're doing here. It's normally the Delta Airlines that have something going on that's unusual. So I normally just have the American Eagle E-145 parked at the gate, but in this update we have a bit of an exception here, as this one is currently taxiing in due to the schedule change. This one's now the latest arrival at scheduled 10:44 p.m. arrival in from Chicago O'Hare, operated by Envoy Air on the E-145. This is currently taxiing into its gate, and this will of course be staying overnight and heading back out to Chicago at a scheduled departure of 7:15 a.m. So cool to see that I can do something a little bit different here, have the Delta parked at the gate and have the American taxiing in, as in the past updates it's normally just been the Delta taxiing in here at the very end of the night, and the American just parked at the gate, all the passengers unloaded. But it's cool to see that we have these two arrivals here so close together, 15 minutes apart, so that'll make this update a little bit more interesting at least. And so there you have it. A little bit more fun to do these Kalamazoo updates when there's something a little more interesting going on, because most of the days it's just the same flights twice daily on the American Eagle E-145 from Chicago O'Hare, and thrice daily on the Delta CRJ-200 to Detroit. But here a little bit different, so I wanted to do an airport update. I also have not done Kalamazoo in a while, and this is a fun airport for me to do at least because I have flown to Kalamazoo before, and it's probably the most obscure airport that I've flown to. Well, then again, there's Riga, so that might be a little more obscure than Kalamazoo, but still glad to do these Kalamazoo airport updates. Expect some more updates to follow, hopefully some unboxings. I have 2 aircraft that are on the way right now, and it'll be a fun summer. So I'm just now on summer break and have a lot going on this summer, so hopefully a lot of good content will come to the channel from that. I try to do these Kalamazoo updates. I try to talk a little more during these Kalamazoo updates because they normally are a little bit shorter because I only have 2 aircraft. But hopefully this one, it should be about almost 5 minutes here. I guess that long pause kind of gave me an extra few seconds, but that will do it for this update of Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport. And as we'll leave you here, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.